Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid. We're hopping back into Garden of Good and Evil. It's turned 60, and I had promised it would heat up. Let's see if it did. We have a message from Nazca. Nazca says, "We in Nazca are not so reckless and irresponsible as to plan. The tides of war too quickly turn for such things to be relevant. But since you ask, at the moment our goal is to expand our knowledge of other realms by sending out our scouts amongst our northern neighbors. Should we find a weakness there, we may strike, although at this stage we suspect Ryla has triumphed, and the rest of the war will simply be waiting for the formality." So let's talk about this. This is kind of a shitty message. When people give up, when they haven't really been attacked, you kind of have to say, like, what the hell, dude? Like, Nazca's been up here all game, right? He and Scaleria have been at peace all game. He has attacked me, and he hasn't won. But he hasn't lost anything, you know? So, it's kind of like, if you're just gonna sit there, it's year 6, right? And you're like, oh, I'm just gonna scout. Like, come on, dude, come up with a strategy. Nazca has some great magic diversity. Depending who he has for his pretender, which I can't remember, he has at least one major bless. I think. Maybe not. But he had pretty high paths. He had some kind of bless, I can't remember what it was. But with any kind of significant paths on his pretender, plus being able to make the Royal Malaquis, and then with all of his magic diversity, he can get all the boosters. He should be able to think of things to do late game. And yeah, anyway, it's kind of like a "I'm upset I broke my toys" message, but I think he was really frustrated with Burden of Time, so he's a little upset that his economy got ruined. And it didn't get totally ruined. Probably with how long I had it up, he probably lost 30% of his income. But with Well of Misery back up, that's going to add to everyone's income. So what do we have next? So Ryla, well, let's go back to the top. So we had a telesthetic animation, we cast Arouse Hunger, we got a Lamia Queen. Hell yeah, let's see what we got. So we got a Nature 2, Water 1. They come by default with Death 2, Nature 1. So we got a Nature Water. So that's really, really good. Nature Water is a great cross path. It helps with making clams of pearls. It can also do my these books with a nature wand, which hopefully I'll be able to get. Right now I don't have any nature gem income to speak of, so I'll have to work on that, but this is really like one of the best Lamia Queens I could wish for. Nature 3 would be better, but hey, super happy with what I got. Let's go back. We got Troll King's Court. Let's check this dude out. So he cast it. Here's my Troll King. I've already geared him up. He's an Earth 3 mage. I could put Earth Boots on him or something and make him Earth 4. I don't really know the value of that right now. He comes with these dudes. He gets 2 Moose Riders, Moose Knights, who are 40 hit point, 10% regeneration dudes, 21 protection. Pretty high encumbrance, but they're pretty solid, right? And then these War Trolls, who are pretty sick themselves. 10% regeneration, 38% or 38 hit points, 21 protection. Super good. Like, these guys are sick. They really are. You know, I would love, and it's something I totally could do, is Gift of Reason them. Yeah, they're pretty sick. Don't know if I would do these guys. I'd have to see what kind of slots they have. Pretty sick though, right? Mountain Force, oh, these guys get Force Survival too. Map Move 3, 22 movement, very good. These guys only have Map Move 2. But they have, in terms of protection, I think they're about the same. Yeah, they're the same. Yeah, I would definitely do it to these guys, because they have more attacks and things like that, so very good target for very good target for me to put Gift of Reason on. And then they come with a few more trolls that are not... They don't have as good a protection, but they have regeneration, which is nice. Unfortunately, they're really expensive. If we look at the upkeep, this guy is 160 gold a year, so if you divide by 10, it's about 16, probably about 14 gold a month, which is a lot when you're really poor. These guys are 80 gold a year, so probably about like 6 gold a month. These guys are 60 gold a year, so probably about 5 gold a month. And these guys are 48 gold, so 50 gold a year, which is about like 4 a month or something like that, 3 a month. So they're really expensive. I would not be upset to have them die off. These would be fun to make. They're actually potentially could be better. They're size 4. God, I wonder what slots these guys have. I'm gonna have to go check afterwards. Gift of Reasoning these guys, if they have full slots, especially if they have feet, they'd be great tramplers. I'd have to give them some. With the Shroud, the fire resistance would go down some. So this guy, you can see he actually has fire resistance because I've given him the Charcoal Shield +5, the Firebrand +5 fire resistance, and then my Bless has 5 resistance also. And then the Dancing Shield, that's going to do a lot of... protect him from a lot of damage. The Amulet of Anti-Magic means his magic resistance is 22. He's a very tough cookie. I haven't given him boots. Not totally sure what boot I would give him, but with 5 encumbrance, I would probably look to give him some kind of basic encumbrance is 2. Yeah, he doesn't like the cold, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I would give him some reinvigoration type boot, which I may actually have. Where's this dude? Oh, this dude's coming back. Yeah, he'll be able to potentially give that to him later. So yeah, these guys I got for the express purpose of diving in and taking this province back. It will be very difficult for him to drop thugs in to kill this dude. He may try. One thing I need to do is I need to get an Astral Mage in there pronto. So I don't have too many guys who can go in there. My best bet right now would be this dude. So we'll see. He'll probably go in next turn. And that will be so he doesn't get mind hunted. I've got a lot of gold in the treasury from casting Transmute Fire. 50 gems into 1,000 gold. Normally this wouldn't be something you would do, because 50 gems are usually in a game more valuable than 1,000 gold. Or 1,100 gold. But if you're Ermor, they are not. So I will be putting up a fort here, and he can forget about all of his little thug trapezing onto my throne. So that is this guy's explicit purpose in life, is to build a fort here. Once that fort is up, I will probably be looking for ways to get rid of some of these trolls. So actually, you know what I probably should do? I probably should put these guys in front and just have them attack. I don't know about this hold and attack garbage. I think they're just going to attack. So that is what we're doing. Let's see what else. It also increases my magic diversity, because the highest Earth I have right now is Earth 2. And I have 2 boosters, so like this guy, he has 2 Earth boosters, so when I put him on him, I get Earth 5. I'm not sure what I want to do with Earth 5 right now. I'm sure there's something I can do with it eventually, but right now, not so much. Let's check. Earth 5. Nothing really I can do. Alteration. Earth 5. I can do Petrify and Crumble at some point. Evocation, Earth 5. Nothing I can really do. I could drop Earthquake a little better. Construction. And actually, Earthquake would be a nice thing to pull out versus Nazca. He would not be expecting that. Forge of the Ancients at 7. That would not be terribly bad to put up. That would not be bad at all. I don't really have all the infrastructure to do this well, and I can't really take... I could, actually. Sensors all kitted out could be pretty sick. Yeah, I don't know. That's something I could do. Enchantment. Thaumaturgy. Oh wait, so the enchantment, riches from beneath. It gives me resources, but I don't really need resources. Earthblood Deepwell is 6. That would be great to put up. I don't know if I can do that, though. I'm really far away from enchantment, and then Melancholia is actually pretty decent, but I'm not going to be wasting gems on it, I don't think. So, anyway. That is what I've got the Troll King for. To take this. Let's look at what else happened this turn. So we cast Arouse Hunger. There was a battle here. Let's go check this battle out. So Ryla, if we pause, he's been sending these little forces in to try to take this province back. And I guess he thinks he'll pick away at it till he gets it. And so far, I haven't been getting any of his priests or mages. This, however, he was probably not expecting to find, if I had to guess. And this is a shit-your-pants army. So they're all going to attack, and now they're all going to die. So what are we getting here? We're getting one of these guys, an Illithid. And then we're getting 2 slave mages who had water gems, but chose not to use them. I don't know why. Which is actually cool. I didn't notice that before. But yeah, we just got rid of 4 water gems, which is half a bottle. And God knows I like killing bottles. We then had a battle versus Agartha, which went pretty easily. That was right here. And we found an Iron Cliff, so we get some more Earth income. We found an Ancient Temple, which I love those. And a battlefield, like those 2. We then also took this province. So this is our tiny little expansion force that went last turn. And they're going to do it again this time. Look at that. Boom. Now the problem is that there's not much this dude can do. It's possible, but unlikely, that he tries to take back this province from here. So I'm going to bank on that and start ghoulifying people and just wait. So this next turn is going to be really big. So the other important thing, I'll go through the events. Misfortune, Fire Gems, 5. That's pretty sweet. Fire Gems, 11. Super sweet. So that's a lot of gold. When I look at Fire Gems, I see that as a gold event. So we breached the entrance to this fort. And he did not... There's a couple things which are not events, but they're events for me because they didn't happen. So I was not assassinated here, which means he probably moved his assassin to somewhere else. I don't know where. There was an assassin in here, so either it got patrolled out, or, which would be awesome, or, yeah, I don't know what happened. But that assassin's dead. So, also Agartha did not come out and fight. So what I am going to be doing is I am going to be storming the castle. Now, I'm expecting maybe 5 earthquakes. A lot of earthquakes. And earthquakes are going to suck. They're going to really hurt me. So one thing I want to do is I know my lictors, once they're blessed, will do a pretty good job surviving earthquakes. So who will not do a great job surviving earthquakes are my knights. Especially if he gets a turn 1 earthquake off. They have less HP... Oh, here, that one's got a weird injury. They've got less HP, their protection's good, their defense is good, and the defense is actually really good because you can dodge Earthquake with defense. But I really feel like I'm going to take heavy knight losses if I bring them in. So I'm going to primarily use lictors. I've got 1 squad in the front in a box formation. Who are these other little crappy dudes in the front? Let's move them out of my way so I stop thinking about them. So I've got some lictors in the front that are just going to charge in. I've got some lictors in the back who are going to also charge in. These actually don't have much morale. Wondering if I should kind of fix that. Like, do something like this. I probably should, like... Fewer squads, better morale. Has to be good, right? I think what I do... So these are all my guys storming the fort. I think what I do is I put... Whoops. I'm going to put these in this stack. And these are going to be in a box. They're going to be back here, and they're going to go attack rear. And then these dudes, I think we're going to send them all down here. Whoops. I think these guys are going to all go here. And they're going to do attack closest. And then these dudes are going to come here. And they're going to be behind them in a line formation, like so. And then these dudes are going to squeeze in up here. So I actually don't have to worry about morale here, and then they're going to be in a line formation. And because I don't have to worry about morale, I'm going to squish these guys together. Okay. So I think that's actually a better formation now. So these guys are going to dive into the fort. What I'm expecting, because I haven't seen many earth boots the times I've seen his guys out, I might get one, maybe two earthquakes on turn one. I'm going to get a lot of earth powers, and then turn two there's going to be a ton of earthquakes. So my plan for this is kind of like so. What I'm going to do is this dude's going to cast Body Ethereal, which will help with some of the earthquake problems I'm having. So this guy is a size 2. This guy is a size 2. I can probably put one more sensor back here because he's also a size 2. So this sensor... So hopefully when I do this, I should get the sensor, this dude, and this dude all with Body Ethereal. That's if this dude doesn't die turn 1 to Earthquake, which could totally happen. But then they'll be much more likely to not get injured by any of the resulting Earthquake spam. This guy does have a Shroud on to start with, so it's going to reduce his chances of getting Afflictions with turn 1 Earthquake, and reduce his chance of dying. He does have less HP because he is in an enemy dominion, which is far from great. Very far from great. But we'll see. I think he'll be okay. This guy, actually, he's sieging. He should probably preach. Yeah, maybe. That's actually not going to affect the Dominion at all. So... yeah, I think that's okay. So I think that's it. We'll have him preach. It's not going to do anything. Or maybe he reanimates ghouls. Why not? These guys are stalling. So this group, I think there's an assassin here. There's been an assassin in this province almost all game. We are going to patrol him out. All right, I would love to attack, but we're going to patrol this dude out. Actually, he can come here. And I don't know why, but these guys are not in any formation. So that will be okay. We're going to patrol these guys. I probably could take this province too. There's probably a very strong argument to be made for taking this province this turn. Brahmins. I forget what Brahmins are. I think they... Can they Soul Slay? I think they're his weakest mage. They're probably Astral 1. So I think what we're going to do is try to kill him. So this is good. I should still... There's a slight chance, not a slight chance, there's a very real chance that he assassinates one of, or this dude. 1 in 4, right? And then I think there's probably a 1 in 4 chance that he actually kills him. So we'll see. I'd like to search this province because I haven't searched it yet, but I'm gonna keep this dude hidden because I know there is an assassin here somewhere. And I'm overkilling on the patrol because I know if they kill one of my dudes, then the other dude will at least catch him. We've got astral mages here, so we can't be mind hunted. So that is it for there. We're starting to build another army here, so you can see we've got a fair number of dudes. We've got more coming in. So this will probably have an army in 1 turn or 2 turns that we could potentially send out. I'm making another archbishop, though I should probably look at... I think next turn I will need to do a Dusk Elder to get ready to go out with my next force. So, yeah. I think that's right. Also, you can see how much my upkeep jumped. I think it was probably 85 the turn before, and it jumped up to 229. That's from these guys, the trolls. I also do not think that he will be able to see this battle, Ryla. So he won't know how well kitted my troll is. He might think I just have a troll. And he may... Like, this troll would destroy a Vastness. I'm quite sure. Just crush a Vastness. And... especially with all these bodyguards. Like an ice elemental or whatever, whoever they send at me will also get crushed. Just absolutely manhandled. So... quite sure I can hold this with this dude. Build a fort. These guys, I've got my book of water breathing, which is a very expensive item. I have very low nature income. This represents many, many turns of nature income. And at the time, only my pretender could forge it. Now I have a Lamia Queen who can probably help out with that. We're going to be moving these dudes all on top of the throne. I mean, not the throne, this province. It should be enough dudes. We've got 80, 80, so that's 160, 220, 420, 500. It's 500 troops. Should be enough to 1 turn crack it, right? Now, I could lose one of these commanders to an assassination, but I've got this dude patrolling, so unless they get this exact commander... Where's this dude going? Oh, is he going in too? So they're all going here. Unless they get... And this guy's sneaking here. Unless they get this exact commander in the patrol, which, again, is totally possible. And these guys are on guard commander, so it's even possible I could... Like, these guys could, in theory... if I get 5 of them, they may defend against an assassination. But highly likely that I'm going to kill the assassin here this turn. To be more likely and to be less greedy, I could keep another dude here and have another dude patrol. I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that. Because it's really a 1 in 8 chance they get this guy. And what I am more worried about is not bringing enough troops here to 1 turn crack it. Because I do not want to sit on top of this fort for any longer than I need to. I have no idea. I have no idea how many Star Spawn children are here. I know there's a lab. So I think he's been mainly recruiting Star Spawn. Probably thinking, hey, this is a hard... I'm going to have to really defend it, so why put crappy units here? Let's put my best unit. Well, and he also probably is wanting to invade the underground. He doesn't know that I'm planning on attacking him. This is my first time really attacking underwater. And it takes this item. So, but if he has a lot of Star Children here, I'm definitely going to lose this dude. Because he's not going to be able to survive that many assassination attempts. I only have a few protections. One is I'm bringing 4 other commanders. So it's very possible I could survive. If I survive, I will be able to storm the fortress in 1 turn, which is very important. If I don't survive, I'm going to kind of run home crying. And it's extremely possible, even if he hasn't been building Star Children, he could kind of be funneling them down. Hard to say. So this is big news for next turn and the turn after. This is big news for next turn. We're going to be storming that castle. We're moving this army on top of Agartha's capital. Right? I'm not moving any of these troops, my crap troops. Only my good ones. Right? And the thought is if he patrols, I'm not going to take any crap losses. And if he has an assassin lurking or moving into this spot, I'm going to catch him. And then the next turn I'll move some guys in here. So I think that's okay. I think that's kind of what I wanted to do. But I really want to get Agartha's capital. Once I get Agartha's capital, the battle in the underworld is over, and I have won. Also, next turn I'm getting this fortress up. I've chosen to have this guy search, and I'm not really worried about Mind Hunt this deep, especially with an amulet of anti-magic. I think I'm okay. So we're building a temple, our fortress is finishing, and we're searching here for death. Because there's a throne province, I don't know if he didn't site search it at all, which would be really surprising. But hopefully I can find some things. We'll see. I haven't site searched here either, I really would like to. The other thing I'm going to do is... Who is this dude? Okay. As part of claiming this throne, what I want to do is I want to go ahead and teleport this guy here. And I want him to start casting telesthetic animation. And what that will do is allow me... Well, actually, do I really want that here? There's no population. I don't know if I need it. Maybe we won't do that. I was thinking I would need it to really get a lot of preachers here and start making an army so that he couldn't attack it. Now I'm thinking that's probably overkill. So instead... I wonder if there's any interesting provinces down here with commanders that I want. Like this guy's a champion though. Not so much. I'd love to have another province I could build a lab in and teleport, but like this province here, if I take it with Agartha's capital with a ton of troops in it, I'm going to probably teleport. I'm going to teleport him into it. We're going to start making tons and tons and tons of these statues, because it's going to take a long time to turn all these guys into ghouls. The number of ghouls I'm going to get out of this province alone, which actually, thinking about it, I probably should start making more priests. Something like this. Because I'm going to need a lot of priests to ghoulify all this. So yeah, things are looking good. My other goal with this lady is to have her start casting Haruspects with my nature income. Hopefully I can get that up. We will see, though. So I think that's it. Big things. Hopefully we take this with no casualties. We patrol here. Hopefully we catch the assassin. Hopefully we storm this fort successfully. And hopefully we attack this without getting assassinated. This is really risky. If I were risk-averse, I would not move this army out until I got construction 6, and I had my better anti-assassin gear. So, anyway, that is the end of this turn. It's a really long turn, but I'm kind of laying out my strategy going forward. And, yeah, I'm about 6 turns away from construction 6, too. So, that'll be a while. That was why I didn't want to be risk-averse here. So, I've kind of laid out my strategy for the next few turns, and thanks everyone for watching. I'll catch you next time.